Here we are, the 2nd of May 2014, and we are here for one purpose. And John Taylor Gatto is declared with the beautiful children of Alaska and the flags of my adventure, the greatest teacher of the latter part of the 20th century. And we're overlooking here Puyo, Ecuador, which is a happy place for children. The rain is coming. These are the healthy teenagers of Puyo, the young boys, the young girls, and they are very beautiful because they're young and they're fit. These children are not mini adults, they are emissaries into the future of who we are today. Their memories of us is all that we're going to have, and how lucky we are. Idealistic teachers of America, pretty much every day you gaze across the sea of the beautiful faces of American children, sadly 1 in 3 of whom is slated to get diabetes. This must constitute what is the unfittest generation of children ever to go through in the history of the Great Republic. The school curriculum in America ignores this terrible threat. However, there is a curriculum which combats head-on diabetes and all other issues, and this is called Democracy Reaches the Kids, and this also includes and will include all the insights you have for the betterment of American children. How this magic is achieved is this video. The question today is, what does every child here in this room need for success in the 21st century? And for that, we ask, what is basic education? The answer is in Democracy Reaches the Kids, which is 2 parts. Today, part 1, we have this line. Computer information? Yes? Yes. Yes. You are better than me. I don't know anything. But okay, yes, computer. Communication is important? Yes. Your communication is Spanish. So that is very important. But the nationalities of Ecuador, the living treasure of the world, their language is important too. This is called basic education. Your natural language, which for you I think is Spanish, but for the Selva and around it is probably not. It's the nationality languages. Everything, including computer, can be in basic education, can be in Shwa, Warani, whatever. No problem, no problem. But you must have Spanish good. Culture. You have one of the richest cultures in the world in Ecuador. If we break the culture, we break the person. We have no anchor. Is the environment important? Yeah, the environment is life. Your water system, your food system, All the systems are important, local and also mundial. Your life is quite short. My life is much, much shorter. Short life. You must be healthy. Sport, yeah, that seems to be mostly soccer, basketball, etc. What about riding a horse? What about roller skate? Yeah, I saw yesterday in Puyo. Fantastic. Any physical is good for you, and every day for the rest of your life you will do exercise, okay? It's important because of the problem of diabetes, which is so major in the international. Together with Dr. Mora, we instigated for the health of the children of Pastaza a march through Puyo, capital of Ecuadorian Amazonia. And as part of health, also what you eat. For example, in the United States, the food chain there is somewhat toxic, somewhat poisonous. And if you simply eat major calories and then drive a car everywhere, as you must in America, and then sit in a desk with a computer, you will not remain healthy. You must be proactive, you must do that. That is all. So, here we are. This can be achieved at home. This can be achieved anywhere. Basic education is this. Missing from this, usually people say science. Some people will be scientists. Most people no. So science, there is some science here with computer. We don't need mathematics, actually. Mathematics is kind of super arithmetic, is not necessary for most people. My own background, I went to school in the Medway towns in Kent. We did mathematics and algebra and geometry, many things. And then I went to sea, the British Merchant Navy, and we did navigation. Well, that was spherical trigonometry, and we never did that at school. And anybody doing a job needing mathematics, or arithmetic usually, can do that on the job fairly simply, and it can be done in a few weeks. You don't need years and years of abstract algebra which cannot be used in normal life. It's an illusion. So that's all we have, really. The social. Your health, you keep fit. You need to understand the environment of Puyo, of Pastaza, and the world environment is extremely dangerous at this point, so we need to know about that. Whatever your culture, communication must be good Spanish or nationality and computer. That's it, no more. I listened to my friends talking, and the English language totally is one piece of paper here. What is basic international English? Here it is. Gillingham is the actual place. Floor, teacher, old man, you know, all this. That's it. We are following on from Democracy Reaches the Kid Part 1, which was at the high school in Puyo, Ecuador today. And a few points relating to that. The requirement of culture. What determines culture? The Central Education Office somewhere in this country, it will be Quito. No, it is decided by a whole range of people in the community itself, and not least parents and grandparents, and they will create, we can call it the culture curriculum. there's a concern that this sounds loose, but this is not so. It's a lot looser in the reality of schooling today. Every aspect of education will be recorded. That is the individual achievement as well as the requirement of the country, of the state, as was indicated in part 1 today. The testing will be done not by the direct teachers, but will be done by the best in that particular field in any community, and sometimes beyond the community. Any kid has a particular ability in some line or another, they can go with a friend or two with the same interest, can really go rapidly through to knowledge using the passion that they have. It was the CEO of Microsoft who said that enthusiasm, to do anything with your whole heart and soul and body, is enthusiasm, and that is passion. And we follow their passion and their dreams. So the testing is important. The recording of all this will be on, I prefer a scroll, an Asian type scroll, the line of education, and everything that a child does will be on that scroll, kept centrally with a copy for the individual. And these become historic documents because some of those people will become the President of the United States, for example, and other very distinguished Americans. And you can imagine what, let's say, a President Carter's background scroll would be, and what the value it would be. So this is something for the patrimony of the future of America. The world has been floundering now for lack of definition. I checked on the internet, as we do, and all I could find was nothing much beyond to meet basic learning needs. Well, that doesn't give what basic education is. Something today which can be considered historic. We split, instead of academic from non-academic, we split specialist from non-specialist, and non-specialist means useful and practical in the daily life of the individual and also for the true needs of the country. So that is what we have, and I hope to be back in the United States at some point with a bit of video here, and you can perhaps see this. Well, I'm off to the Puyo High School for part 2 of Democracy Reaches the Kids, and I'll be asking about hobbies. These are important indications of the passions and the talents of young people, and Democracy Reaches the Kids is a system which values all achievement of the young people. This was confirmed recently by, of all people, First Lady Michelle Obama, who took the 2 girls to China because she and the President thought that this would be splendid education, and that the Chinese agreed with her also, and so off we go. Draw. For this you would need examples of drawing, and if possible exhibition of drawing. Special case. Okay, we can put that art. Good afternoon. Your name?
Anthony.
Anthony. Oh, my brother's name. Okay, Anthony, what is your hobby?
They go to the gym.
Oh yeah. Do you do lifting? Bench press. How many kilos bench press?
116.
Right. 2 kilos bench press. And Lucia, your hobby?
Dance.
Oh wow. Well, break dance like me?
No.
Social dance? They want to dance. Okay, dance, yes. Photos, yes. Football. I think we have football there. Yes, football. And then we're moving quickly over here. Yes, your hobby?
My hobby is sing.
Sing, yeah, okay. Sing karaoke. Singing, yes, we can put...
In my house.
In your house, in the dulce, in the shower, yeah. In your room. Okay, hold on that one. You? Listen to music? No.
And watch videos of motivation.
Watch video of motivation. Example, this one. Ruben's video of motivation. Motivate. We need more information on that one. Okay, thank you.
I like write poems.
Poems, yes. Instead of academic, non-academic, we have split specialist from useful. Specialist, non-specialist. Basic means non-specialist. Okay, so age is no limit. And if you talk to your grandmother, grandfather about Ecuador, this is also education que grande. Huh? So, we've got that. A little note here. The democracy reaches the kids is useful in, because it doesn't need, you don't need money, but you also do not need, you don't need a classroom for this. CNN yesterday, Syrian refugee camp, and they said every classroom is damaged or destroyed. This is not necessary for basic education. Very important. In closing, the best actor, Matthew McConaughey, he said, "I am a hero of my own life in 10 years." Okay, every child here, every young boy, young girl can, with this, be a hero of your own life. You are all heroes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Idealistic Teachers of America, that's about it. We have answered all the questions surrounding. With this definition, wonderful things can happen, such as the First Lady's campaign for healthy school children in America can be fully embraced. And as for the mean streets of American cities, I believe this can add greater safety to the those policing those streets, because for the first time ever we have an educational route for the children ensnared in gangs to join the normal mainstream of America. In recent days, Michael Porter, the iconic professor, has come out with a report measuring American education against the international standards, and it comes out pretty low. And I would say to Michael, this is not, it doesn't matter. The purpose of basic education is the individual, and I do note that the Asians who have reached the top of those international charts have had their childhood truncated and lost. And we can say, are these kids happy? Well, here's an example of happy kids here in Puyo. It was the Department of Justice of the US which went through this material and said that this could lift American society. This has been sent over the years to many educational institutions within America, and the response has been zero. Not one up to this point across 14 years has ever considered to acknowledge the highest recommendation. This displays, I feel, the arrogance of what can be called today the educational industrial complex, and this is a face of contempt to the children of America. Actions around this have gone on now as I say, for 14 years, and this has left me without resources. So if there's anybody in America, an institution or an individual who would be happy to ally with me on this, and then we can continue and we can nudge forward democracy, because this is of the very spirit of the foundation of the United States itself. Thank you. And this is where young people are not blighted, their future blighted by education. Instead, we celebrate their achievements and talents, and there's nowhere like Puyo for celebration.
Parte de ella, el agua que dé el sol, los cerros, las plantas, los animales, los minerales.
This is my background here, and this one above here was on Point Barrow, Alaska at the millennium, when the USA, formally ordered by the White House, apologized for the murder in history of Indians by the nascent USA. So that's that one, and this one is Ecuador is on this map here, and as we know that the great Francisco de Orellana made the first crossing of South America in the 1530s from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Well, I was from the Southern Ocean north on foot up to the Arctic Ocean and Alaska. It was the last of the great terrestrial crossings. That, of course, was when I was younger. Hola! You can see here my legs, and can you imagine 31 years ago they were the champion legs of Great Britain. Now, today is a religious holiday and the people are out enjoying themselves, and I'm reminded that America is a Christian country, and one of the tenets is in fact the respect of and love of your neighbours. Unfortunately, the school system does not love the children sufficiently, because in the face of a tsunami of ill health which is crashing down on the youth of America, they cannot find the space in their schedules sufficient to block this grievous malady. This is a tragedy for America, because school is the only institution capable of turning the corner on this threat to America. America needs this, and the inspiration comes from the greatest of all revolutions, which was the American Revolution. Well, it was the dazzling Dr. Hales who pointed out that a language of 10 speakers has equal value to that of a language with 100 million speakers. And of all places, this was confirmed by the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who pointed out that the issue of Ukraine is entirely involved with history, culture and language, so this is important.